Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on chapter 22, the final part, hopefully, on Nectar of Devotion. So I'm grateful today that every one of you have joined here today. Today is 6th November 2025, Thursday. And today is also a very auspicious day. We just completed our Chaturmasya and Damodar month, Kartik. And today, starting from today, is Katyayani Vrta. Katyayani Vrta. That means this is the time that all the gopis will be praying to Katyayani Devi to have Krishna as the husband. All right. So today is the starting of the day. And of course, in our South Indian calendar, we do it on month of Margali. Margali, all the young girls usually they'll be fasting and worshipping so that they'll get a good husband. So anyway, so in our Vedic system, it starts today. So on this auspicious day, let's continue discussing on the qualities of Krishna. Okay. Before that, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarjadam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padai Krishna Prishna Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devidaitai Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnanadayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasiddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupai Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Vir Bhava Bhumestvam Nidrista Sajina Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhubheva Paditaram Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurutise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrindare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat Namo Vishnu Padai Krishna Putali Srimadi Jayapataka Swami Tinamini Namacharya Padai Nitai Kripa Pradai Gaura Katatamudai Nagara Gramatari Hare Krishna. Welcome Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu Gandhi Mataji, Nanda Devi Mataji, Tachayini Mataji, and also Vraja Prem Krishna Das. All right, so excited today to meet all of you. So we're going to continue our session today. So we are going to do, let me see, which page? 59, okay? Page 189 in Nectar of Devotion, okay? So page 15, okay, Krishna gives salvation to the enemies that he kills. All right. So now we just recap. Okay, we have also yesterday we ended here Okay, we ended here in the discussion on Atya Avataravali Bijam. Avataravali. Avataravali means avatar, all the avatar and the expansion. Okay, Bijam. Bijam means what? Seed. All right, in every tree that you see, there's a source of the creation. The tree grows because there is a seed. All right. So even Krishna says in Gita, I am the seed giving father. So that means for every living entity, Krishna is the supreme father. So similarly, the 58th quality of Krishna is Avataravalli Bijam. Bijam means seed. All right. So what does that mean? That he is the original source of all incarnation. Okay. And where we quoted in a fantastic thing from Jayadeva Goswami in Gita Govinda. Jayadeva Goswami is one of the great poet and he is the one who have composed Gita Govinda. Gita Govinda means it's a song that what they call the song that he have is created. Okay, according on this the very confidential pastime of Sri Krishna. Okay, or in other words, we call the Parakyaras, the highest form of this. And of course, there is also a warning that this book, Gita Govinda, is not recommended for any neophyte. Okay, it is only recommended for advanced devotees. And but here, Srila Prabhupada have quoted the 10 verses of Gita Govinda. It is very auspicious to sing the 10 verses, and even you can see in your song book, they call Sri Dasa Avatara Stotra. All right, Sri Dasa Avatara Stotra. So it sings all the incarnations of Krishna. Okay. So, and one of the things that we say, okay, like first verse starts with Pralaya Payodi Jale Dritavan Asivedam Vihita Vahitra Charitram Akedam Keshavadirta Meena Sarira Jay Jagadisha Hare. First was a fish incarnation. Second, Shitir Iha Vipulattare Tistati Tava Priste Dharani Dharanakina Chakra Gariste Keshavadirta Kurma Sarira Jay Jagadisha Hare. Like that, he have sang all the Dasavada Stotra that we used to sing in our temple. And the most famous of it is Tavakara Kamalavarena Kamadbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranekasipu Tanubringam Keshavadirta Narahari Rupa Jay Jagadisha Hare. Right? So that's the thing that he's saying. But here in first, when he start to introduce the Gita Govind, all right, in first chapter, text 16, I don't have the book here. Okay, it's in the altar. So here he sang the song Vedan Udarate Jaganti Vahate Bhugolam Udibrate Daityam Darayate Balim Chalayate Shatra Shayang Kurvate Paulastyam Jayate Halan Kalayate Karunyam Atanvate Mlichan Murchyate Dashakriti Krishnaya Tubhyam Namaha. So there is lots of incarnation. All right. So what are the incarnations that we said is, first is the form of a fish, Matsya. Then we talk about tortoise, Kurma, Kurma avatar. Then after that, we talk about the boar, Varaha avatar. Then we talk about Narsinga avatar. Okay, then he spoke on Vamana avatar. Okay, Vamana avatar. Then after that, he spoke on Parshuram avatar. Okay, Lord Parshuram came to destroy the unwanted kingdoms, Kshatriyas. Then he spoke about Lord Ramachandra. Then after that, he spoke on Balaram. Okay. Then at last he gave a glimpse on Kalki. What is the idea of Kalki? To annihilate the atheistic person in the form, okay? To annihilate atheistic person. So in Kali Yuga, as you see that we are going towards degradation. We are not improving our life. All right. Already we don't have intelligence. Now they have started to introduce artificial intelligence. So in artificial intelligence is so real that, like I was listening to this, I was like just a radio. Then the DJ was talking about one singer. She sang a song. Within 2 weeks, she became a world sensation. She just sang 2 songs until all the big companies want to go and get her signed for their company. They want to sign contract with her. And that contract worth millions. They keep increasing 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 20 million US dollars just to sign her up because she sang so well. But later they found out actually the one that sang was not a person. It is artificial intelligence, AI. They create a song and they sing, all right? So, so like that, everything has taken, and you know what, the takeaway that I heard there, the DJ is telling, I hope that one day the AI don't take up the DJ, being a radio DJ, so the AI will take over. So that means people are losing their intelligence. They want to have artificial. So when you really look at it, that is what we all are living. We as a human being in this Kali Yuga, we are living an artificial life. All right, we are not really living the real life that what we're supposed to live. We are all in artificial relationship, artificial understanding. You know, we artificially feels that we are this body. We artificially feel that this is my family and this is who I am and what I am. Artificially feel this is my house, my property. Everything is mine, 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 mine. You know, there's no more sacrifice. There's no more gratitude. They go back, they go and earn. After they earn, end of the month, they get the salary. They take it and they just use it for themselves. They all become miserly because they think I work for it and this is mine. You know, sometimes I've seen the men who work so hard and come back end of the month will take the family for a big feast. You know, go to one seafood restaurant or whatever restaurant, have a feast. Okay, when I was, I mean, last time when I used to see that there's one particular family, I remember, it reminds me about this thing. He says, I said, how come you're here? I said, no, I just got my salary. At least once a month, after we get the salary, we go for this makan besar. All right, makan besar. So they just go out and go to the seafood restaurant and they spend few $100 just to enjoy. But they don't understand that everything is given not by his own effort, but there is no sacrifice. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, if you don't sacrifice, all right, you are going to live a miserly life, miserable, miserly life. All right, there's no sacrifice. That's why what we suggest in Gita, what Krishna says, offer. I don't mind even you give me a leaf, a drop of water, a little, one single flower. But if you do it with devotion, I will accept it. So Krishna says, I can go to that level, that lowest level. So there's no excuse for any one of us not to offer or not to offer our gratitude. Offering means offering our gratitude. You know, we're offering our gratitude to our this thing. So like that, as we see in Kali Yuga, as we go on, we are seeing things are getting even more and more worst. There's no such thing that we are improving in our life. You know, like some of you are here 80 plus, 60 plus, 70 plus. In your lifetime, just reflect. Is there any improvement? No, we have degraded. We are degrading. The mountains are level and there's a free flow wind that create a lot of disaster. In the name of success, what is the modern age of success? In the modern age of success means if you have enough skyscraper, the taller the building, it's considered that you are very successful. Like Twin Tower and this single tower, that tower, the Burj Khalifa. So everything is identified. The taller the building you have, and the most important, beautiful infrastructure, nice road. Like recently, Trump came to Malaysia, and it seemed the whole world was praising Malaysia for having such a beautiful highway, good infrastructure. Is that the growth? No, we are degrading. So we will further degrade until the time that comes that everything goes really out of control. Krishna comes down to kill, to destroy all these atheistic people and to re-establish dharma. Sarva dharman parityaja. No, what is the verse? What is the verse? Is it to annihilate the miscreants and to re-establish the dharma? I will descend millennium after millennium. So Krishna will eventually descend in Kali Yuga. So now Kali Yuga will last for 432,000 years. Okay, we have already passed 5,000. There is 427,000 years left. Okay, 427,000 years. until Kalki will appear. So it's not even 427,000 years. It's 426,000 plus years. Right? Because it's more than 5,000 years since Kali Yuga started. And we are still in a golden age. Because the full-blown Kali Yuga have not even started. Imagine now itself, artificial intelligence, artificial these and all this kind of nonsense started. Imagine in another 100,000 years down the road, how horrible this world is going to be. It is not a conducive place for us, my dear Prabhus and mothers. We must always remember that. We are not to be here. This is not a place for us. Even by accident, you end up in heaven. Going to heaven is not a big deal at all. Right? You just do some little punya karma, you can go to heaven. But by accident, you end up in heaven. You have to be scared. You know why? Because your heavenly lifetime is 10,000 years. And it's also mentioned that these golden years after Kali Yuga will last for 10,000 years. The Harinam, the chanting of the holy name, there's some truth found in these next 10,000 years. And imagine if you go to heaven for 10,000 years, by the time you come back, you cannot stay there forever. You still fall back to this material world. Once you come back, you see a full-blown Kali Yuga. After that, what is your opportunity for salvation? All right. What is that opportunity for salvation? All right. What is the opportunity for it for liberation? Now itself, we see that all the, like in Bangladesh, the ISKCON temples are getting destroyed. And in many countries, the way of ISKCON way of things, Hare Krishna is a big challenge for all the other religion. Okay. So now it started. In the future, it will start to spread like a wildfire. Until one day, now itself has become a trend. I'm an atheist. When you say I'm an atheist, you're cool. If you are a religious person, they look at you in a very weird way. Just like now, if you go and tell people that you are a vegetarian, they look at you in a very awkward way. Are you a vegetarian? How can you what is your source of your protein? As though they are so worried about their health. They talk about what is the source of your protein. Where are you going to get this? So this is what happened. So we as a vegetarian, we look like something like out of this world. All right. People are looking at us, vegetarian. Oh, full-time vegetarian. Or are you vegetarian for 9 days? Or are you vegetarian for 1 month? No, I'm a full-time vegetarian. My children are born vegetarian. Really? So when they look at KFC, how? They look at McDonald's, how? They seems to be surprised. Similarly, in the future, when the full-blown Kali Yuga starts, when you start to say that you are a spiritual person, you say, you pray to God? You believe in that? You look like an alien. You know? So now it's started. Okay? Sometime when you go and apply for some even government official site, you know, like the day I was filling up a form, I can't recall. There they says, what is your religion? Islam, Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Sikh, and down there, you know what they put there? Atheist and agnostic. Right? They say atheist. So atheism has become a trend, even it's recognized. Even you want to go and apply for passport, there's a mention, they say, are you an atheist? So soon, everything going to happen. And Kalki will come down. Then after that, he spoke about Lord Buddha. Right? All right? There are some, okay, so all these things we have read. So, but all these things, even there's lot of innumerable incarnations. Innumerable incarnation. Where does the innumerable incarnation? It's all coming out from the body of Krishna. Everything come out from the body of Krishna. Okay. Just like the waves of the ocean. Okay. And how the thing comes? Just like the waves of the ocean. Okay. And what J.D. Goswami is telling, even you can't even count how many waves are there. Similarly, there's no one can count how many incarnations are coming out from the Lord's body. Because as what we understand according to our universe standard. But there are innumerable universes are there. And there's so much of avatar. So yesterday we discussed about all that spiritual sky. There's a lot of planets are there. All the planets are scattered in all the universes. I mean, say there's how many innumerable Vaikunta planet. Millions of Vaikunta planet, uncountable. And each and every Vaikunta planet, there is one personality. According to Ishtadeva, you end up there. Say like, for instance, I only worship Narsingadev. My attachment is only to Narsingadev. So when you leave this body, you'll go back straight to Ahobilam. Ahobila Loka. You go to the place where Lord Narsingadev appears there with Praglad. All right, you go there and serve him. Is that something? No, it is also, once you go there, you'll never come back. All right. Oh, I'm a pure devotee of Lord Ramachandra. Only Ram, like how Hanuman. Ram. You don't recognize anybody else. You'll end up in Ayodhya Dham. So like that, there is so many dhams, so many planets are there. All right. So it's like that. Okay, now. So now we're going to continue the 59th character quality of Krishna. Atari Gati Dayaka. Mukti Data Hatarinang. Hatari Gati Dayaka. So Yata quoting. Parabhavam Penila Vaktaratang cha Bandam cha Beetim cha Mritim cha Kritva. Pavarga Datapi Shikanda Maule Twang Shastravanam Apavargadosi. So 59, Krishna gives salvation to the enemy that he kills. All right. So even if you want to become a enemy of Krishna, you must have qualification. Not everybody can become enemy. Not everybody. This thing. All those associate with Krishna, in whichever character they are in, they are all pure devotee of Krishna. So there's a couple, the security guard of Vaikuntha Loka, Jaya and Vijaya, the gatekeeper, was cursed by the son of Brahma, Kumaras. He said, because he wanted to enter, because he's wondering what is inside. They wanted to go in, but they didn't allow. They say, stay outside. No, you cannot go in. Say, how is that? How is that so? No, you cannot go in. All right. So they say, you dare to tell this to me? I'll curse you that you're born in this material world. Manlogatil. Manloga piravi. Okay. I'll curse you to born in this material world. That you'll be born in this material planet for 7 generations, 7 birth. And they got so worried. All right. Then after that, Lord Narayana appeared there and pacified the thing and says, never mind. Since my curse cannot go away, I give you option. Do you want to be 7 generation, 7 birth as a pure devotee of the Lord, or you want to take 3 birth as a demon? Okay, the enemy of Krishna. And they thought, wow, 3 birth quickly can come back. Okay, I'll choose the 3 birth. So the Jai Vijaya will come as Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakasipu. All right, and it comes as Ravana Kumbhakarna, Kamsa, and what do you call? What is the name? Kamsa and
Sisupala.
No, not Sisupala. Dandavarka. Ravana and Dandavarka. So like that. So the pure devotee from that came and became the enemy of Krishna. All right. So that's why. So say, but now in this quality, what Krishna says here, I mean, the qualities that says here, Krishna gives salvation to the enemies. He even gives salvation to his enemies. Another name of salvation is Appavarga. Appavarga is the opposite of Pavarga. Okay? Appavarga is the opposite of Pavarga, or the various miserable condition of material existence. Okay? The word Pavarga indicates the combination of 5 Sanskrit letters. Okay? So Pavarga is a combination of 5 Sanskrit letters. Pa, Pa, Va, Ba, and Ma. These letters are the first letters of the word for 5 different conditions. Okay? Very interesting, eh? Okay. So the Sanskrit letter is Pa, 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 sorry, Pa, Pa. Okay? When there's a H there, you just Ha. So Ha, Pa. All right? So Pa, Pa, Ba, Ba, and Ma. All right? So these 5 letters are the 5 different conditions. Okay? The first letter Pa comes from the word Parabhava. Parabhava. Parabhava means what? Defeat. Okay, the first word Parabhava. Parabhava. Parabhava means defeat. In this material struggle of existence. So please underline this statement. material struggle for existence. We are all struggling to exist in this material world. All right. We are simply meeting defeat. We are simply meeting defeat. Just imagine. All right. Sometimes they say, all right, how many of them are really achieving success in this material world? No. They're always getting defeated. So actually, we have to conquer birth, death, disease, and old age. This is very important. Please underline this in your book. We have to conquer birth, death, disease, and old age. Because it's not so interesting to be born. And that's not so nice to die. The death means is equivalent to 1,000 stink of scorpion. When scorpions stink our body, 1,000 times, 1,000 scorpion stings our body. That's how painful it is. All right. And it's painful for the non-devotees or the what they call or the karmis. But for a devotee, they don't care. You know why? Because they're so excited that they're going to go into a new place. They're going to go into that eternal position. Right? So that's why we have to conquer birth. And imagine if a person born, they get stuck in the womb for 10 months. First 3 months in forgetfulness. After the 4th month, the consciousness will start. 5th, 6th month, the baby will struggle so terribly. All right? No, 7 months. 7 months later, when the conscious start to kick in, the baby starts to struggle. Why? The baby will have all that consciousness, all the pain, feeling, everything. The full-blown consciousness is there. But the problem is the baby cannot breathe because stuck in a small place, womb, garba, in a small, dirty, nasty place. The prayers of Jantu prayers. Is it Canto 3? Is it Canto 3 or Canto 5? In Srimad Bhagavatam it's mentioned. When a father ejaculates the semen into the mother, one will make it into a human form. The others will turn into worms or other things. And they will start to eat up the body of the child. And the child will suffer terribly. At that moment, the mother will feel like eating some spicy, or feel like eating some mango and all this kind of puli uppu, they feel like mango. So imagine when the mother start to eat that, it goes inside and go through that umbilical cord into the body, and the child even suffer even more miserably. All right, because of the wound and eating all these things will increase the pain. So sometimes when we start to see the baby moving the womb, okay, I think Dr. Vaishnava Prabhu should have seen. Sometimes when they do the scan, I think a lot of mothers are here, right? I think all have seen or experienced it. See, when they do the scan, you see the child will be like kicking hand, kicking this. It's like have you seen that, mothers?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
You have seen, right? So you see the child will be like sitting in one place or struggling.
Struggling, yeah.
Yeah. Because when during my children, I got 4 children, and all 4 of them I saw them in the womb when they do the what they call that, a CT scan. No, what they call? What scan? Some kind of scan, forgot the word.
Ultrasound.
Ultrasound. Yeah, during the ultrasound. And the doctor will say, oh, look at your child. Oh, look at the head is here, the brain is here, the heart is beating here. Look at the genitalia. Okay, it's a boy or it's a girl. Oh, look at that. The child is very active and healthy, but the child is struggling. Then after that, we will go to the, the stomach. Sometimes you see they will be like kicking out, they can see the hand and leg coming out, So I remember when I go to my, my wife when she was expecting, I just go in there, hey, baby, appa here, and see the leg kicking. And what my wife will say, oh, see, she can recognize your voice. Actually, it's not that. She's struggling. She's in pain. So that's not interesting to be born, to die. All right, born and death, okay, done. In between disease, heart attack, stroke, cancer is becoming very, very common. Like the day when I went and took my blood, I saw one of my old guy. I mean, this thing, he was not in a term. He betrayed me and all this. Okay, whatever. I saw him. He looked so familiar. I just went and say hi to him because after take up spirituality, I have decided not to have any enemies or not to have any kind of enmity to anyone. So when I saw him, I got angry because he betrayed me terribly in my business when I was doing my business. But suddenly the thing struck me. He says, well, you are in spiritual life. You should not do that. And I just went and acknowledged him. He looked at me. He just don't know, but I went and acknowledged him. Say, how are you? When I put my hand to shake hand, he raised his left hand. Then I start to realize he had a partial stroke. He couldn't raise his right hand. You know? Then after that, cancer is becoming very common. This cancer, that cancer, all varieties of cancer. All right. The most horrifying is one of my wife's colleague's husband. He had a very rare disease, cancer in the heart. Never heard of. Went to IGN. The doctor says, cannot do anything. Young boy, very young boy, 27, 28, newly married. So miserable. Disease, right? Then after that, talking about old age, our mind is still active. All the remembrance, everything still active, but the body become invalid. You know? So we have to, when we have intelligence, that means what we should do is, we should consider of what? Consider conquering this birth, death, old age, and disease. Okay. And because there's no possibility of overcoming all these miserable condition. Okay. Because there is no possibility to overcome this miserable condition. Why? Because of the illusion. Because of the illusion of Maya. All right. Because of the illusion of Maya. Okay. I'll give you an example. My grandfather left the body at the age of 87, 88. I remember. He passed away around 85, 86, 87. He had that habit. He liked to go and buy that big sweep, the big sweep ticket. Right? He liked to buy. When he was around 85, something like that, what he'll do, he will buy he'll buy the ticket, and he asked me to write it down in a big, he asked me to write number in a big alphabet. Right? In a big alphabet. So I used to write for him that number big. So because his eyesight, he couldn't see, he asked me to write. I asked him this question. I said, Tata, you're already this old. When you strike this big money, what are you trying to do? What is your plan? He got so angry when I asked this question, my father's father. You know, he always think that I'm very rebellious because I didn't follow the tradition, our Chettiar tradition. I went against it. You know, I became a Hare Krishna devotee. We only worship Murugan. And now I became a Hare Krishna. You really don't like, and I'm the only grandson. Right? Others are all granddaughters. So you really don't like me. But when I asked him this question, it even annoys him further. Right? He said, that's none of your business. I said, never mind. If you strike big, are you going to share this, I think 1 million or something like that? Are you going to share the money with your children? And I said, since I'm the only grandson, I hope I can get a big chunk of it. He said, no, I'm going to strike the money. And he said, he got some plans. He want to renovate the house or something like that. Age of 85. He's still in illusion thinking that nothing will happen to him. Right? So that's the thing. So it's not possible to overcome all these miserable conditions because of the illusion of Maya. And because of that, we simply meeting with prabhava or defeat. Right? Now let's look at the next letter. The next letter is pa. The next letter is pa. It's taken from the word pena. Pena. Pena means what? Pena is the form which a foam, bubble, foam, found on the mouth when one is very tired. Okay? If one is very tired. Commonly observed with horses. Right? Sometimes when you see any temple, they will bring a cow, a bull, to pull the chariot. You all have seen that? The bull will be pulling the chariot. Halfway, it will be tired and start to produce foam. Have you seen that? And in Ipoh Thaipusam temple now they don't do that. They stop doing it. But few years ago, they were still having a bull to pull the chariot. I think the bull have died. They couldn't find any other bull to pull the chariot. Now they use that buggy. They use the buggy to pull the boogie. A boogie, yes, boogie or buggy to pull the chariot. And you know what the guy will do? He will take the Guinness stout, the black color alcohol, beer, and he will pour into the mouth of the bull. And the bull will be intoxicated and pull the chariot. So like that. So pena means the foam. You know, sometimes when people are tired, you know, the foam will start. You know, sometimes when you go to sleep, there will be foamy and all the saliva will be like dropping. They call pena. All right, who are very tired. Okay. The letter ba comes from the word banda. Banda. In Tamil also we call bandam. Sonda bandam. So what is banda means? Banda means bondage. Bondage. Sickle. Banda means sickle. Bondage. All right. So now, then the word ba is taken from the word biti. Okay. Biti means what? Fearfulness. And the ma is taken from the word mrti. So see, when you see the R with the dot at the bottom, we spell as r. R. All right. Okay. Now let me tell you this. All right. R. So that's why in r means like the word. Okay. Like example from the word like can anyone try to pronounce this word? Anybody? You can unmute and just try to use the word. Gandhi Mataji, Nanda Mataji, Karapia Mataji.
Room.
The Chinese. How?
Room.
Why va? Why you use the word a?
Room.
Room. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody want to try?
Room.
Room. Okay.
Room.
So like for instance, you know the shell vroom, right? The power they call vroom. So vroom. These are, or in other words, the word are, okay, with the dot at the bottom. Okay, with the dot at the bottom. Okay. With the dot at the bottom, it is something that cannot be found in any other language. Any other language. You can't find the word R at the dot at the bottom. You can't find that pronunciation in any language. In Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannadam, you can never find the word. The pronunciation is only authentic for Sanskrit. So ru, so r, r. So you need to blow, r, r. So vrum, 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 like that. So in Tamil, what they do, this word, they pronounce it like the Tamil came to the nearest. How we going to pronounce? We cannot pronounce as ru. Ru. Okay? Ru. And how you going to pronounce it? By even pressing the R at the bottom. Ru. Ru. That's why when we chant the word, okay, when you see the word like this, okay, there is a R at the bottom. Okay, R at the bottom. So how, and even say like the word Narashinga, okay, it's pronounced like this. Okay, it's pronounced like this with the R at the bottom. So when you see the word, so how to pronounce it? What is the proper pronunciation? The proper pronunciation is Krishna. Krishna. Or in other words, we just break the word. We just break the word like this. So how are you going to pronounce Krishna? K. Okay, no, that's wrong. So we're going to pronounce like this. Okay, K. Okay. Krishna. Krishna. So Krishna. Krishna. In Tamil, when we write the Tamil word, how we write the Tamil word, we write like this. Okay, I'm not good in Tamil, but anyway, I'm just writing here. I'm not sure, right? It written like this. He, right? And like this, if I'm not mistaken, Ru, I don't know how's the ish. Okay, ish na. So the pronunciation is Ki Rushna. So Krishna. K. They just you don't use the word ki. K. Krishna. 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 So that is a proper pronunciation. All right. So when you pronounce the word properly, what will happen? You will tend to get a nice taste, the proper taste. And how they pronounce Narashimha? We call it Narashimha. Namaste Narashimha. No, not Nara. Nirushimha. Nirushimha. So, and press the N in your throat. Nirshima. So, Nirshima. So, how are they going to pronounce? Nirushimman. So, when you see that's not, I mean, the Sri Vaishnava, they don't call Narashima. They call Nirushiman. Nirushiman. Namaste. Nirushimaya. Nirshima. Nirushima. Ragla, so like that. So that's the thing. Okay. Anyway, I'm going out of the topic. Anyway, I hope you learned something new. So that is how we're going to pronounce other words. Okay. Because when you start to pronounce your Sanskrit well, you do not need to be a scholar to pronounce Sanskrit. You know, if you just know how to use it, you can. Even I'm not a Tamil educated, but I see. So murti. So the word R with a dot means how we're going to ru. So we just put it. So murti. So mruttalogam. Mruti. Mruti means what? Maranam. Marunam. All right. So ma is taken from mruti or death. So the word pavarga signifies our struggle for existence and our meeting with defeat, exhaustion, bondage, fearfulness, and at last death. That is the word. Okay. So that means first we meet our exhaustion, we get exhausted, we get bonded, we start to have fear, and finally we die. So Apavarga means that which can nullify all these material condition. Apavarga. So Pavarga means stuck and see. So when you put a word means opposite. All right. This thing. So nullify all these material conditions. So Krishna is said to be the giver of Apavarga or the path of liberation. Are you all following me on this? Thumbs up if you are following me. Okay. Now let's look at that. So now he's quoting Yata, quoting from Chitra Murare Suravairi Pakshash Tvaya Samanta Anubadda Yuddhaha Amitra Vrindanya Vibidya Vedang Mitrasya Kurvanna Amritam Prayati. So for the impersonalists and the enemies of Krishna. So now we understand the impersonalists and the enemies of Krishna. So when we are putting a person on a negative perspective, like we say rogues and thieves, right? Cheaters and criminals. Cheaters and criminals. So like that, we understand that all these people fall under the negative part. So now, in this one, it's mentioned like this, that impersonalists and the enemies. So impersonalists, that means the Mayavadi who don't agree to the form of God. Like when you see some Abrahamic religion, they say there's no form is God. I mean, the form is, there's no form. God has no form. Right? God is Holy Ghost. Right? Like the Muslim says that there's no form. So all these people are falling on a negative part. That's why it says that you should not even associate with Mayavadis. They will confuse you. So now it's mentioned the impersonalists. All right. and the enemies of Krishna. So what is their liberation means merging into the Supreme. All right. Now again, it's mentioned here. Rupa Goswami saying, the demons and the impersonalists do not care for Krishna. Like for instance, now you see that, yes, I believe in God, but I don't believe in idol worship. You know, oh, God is great, God is great. When you go to temple, you say, why are you praying to the idol? Break the idol, break the temple. So all these people are God conscious, but they don't care for Krishna. Same goes to demon. Demon means it's not the one who got two horns with the arrow tail. Demons means the atheist, the one who do not agree for Krishna. Sometimes we see the demons are such a nice people. You know, I'm a nice person. No, I don't do this. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't eat meat. I'm a vegetarian. I always help people. You know, when people in need, I'll be the first to go. All the good qualities. But that good qualities, but the fella, he don't agree. Don't talk about God to me. So even he has all the good qualities, still is in a demoniac nature. All right. So they do not care for Krishna. But Krishna is so kind that he gives liberation even to his enemies and to the impersonalists. There is a following statement in the connection. Oh Murare, Murari means Krishna, the one who holds the flute, Murari. Murare, how wonderful is that although the demon who are always envious of demigods have failed to penetrate your military phalanx. They have penetrated the region of Mitra and the sun globe. They can even go to the sun globe. They can go everywhere. But they cannot penetrate your army formation. The word Mitra is used metaphorically. Why? Because Mitra means the sun globe. And Mitra also means friend. Okay? Now, the demons who oppose Krishna as enemies wanted to penetrate into his military phalanx. But instead of doing this, they died in battle. And the result was that they penetrated the planet of Mitra or the sun planet. In other words, they entered into the Brahman effulgence. You understand what I mean? So enter the sun globe. What does that mean? That means they entered into the effulgence. You know, when Ramchandra killed the Ravana, he enters into him. Is he liberated? No, he enters into his effulgence. For example, the sun planet is given here because the sun is ever illuminating, like the spiritual sky, Brahmajyoti, where there are innumerable illuminating Vaikuntha planet. Like yesterday we discussed. In spiritual sky, there are innumerable, that means many, illuminating Vaikuntha planet. The enemies of Krishna are killed, and instead of penetrating Krishna's phalanx, they enter into the friendly atmosphere of the spiritual effulgence. So they only enter into the light, not to the planet, not to the people. That is the mercy of Krishna, and therefore is known as the deliverer of his enemy also. Now you can say, hey, they were killed in the hands of Krishna. Yeah, because they come back again, and end up where they come up. What happened to Jai Vijay? First they came as all these Ravana, Kumbhakarna, all these things. But finally, they came as Jaya, and they came as, what they call? The two guys in Chaitanya Leela. What do you call? What's their name? Prabhu, can you help me on this? What's the name? The two ropes that...
Mother and...
Huh?
Mother and what, Prabhu?
Yeah, what is the two guys? Okay, I can't remember. So the two
One is Mada, Prabhu.
Mada? Jagai and Madai.
Yeah, Madai.
Jagai and Madai. They went and attacked Nityananda Prabhu, and Lord Krishna wanted to kill them. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu said, no, stop. You want to kill Jagai and Madai, you have to kill everybody, because everybody in Kali Yuga is Jagai and Madai. Extremely sinful. But eventually they came and they become such a great devotee, and they went back. All right? So that's a process. Anyway, I don't go into that. It's going to be a long story on that. So that is the mercy of Krishna. Therefore, is known as deliverer of his enemy also. The 60th quality, Atmarama Ganakarshi. Atmarama Ganakarshi Tetat Vyaktartam Evahi. Quoted in 2.1.207. So yata Purna Paramahansa Ma Madhava Leela Mahausa Dir Grata Kritva Kritva Bata Sarangam Vyadita Katam Sarasi Trishtam. So that means what? It says here, number 60, the attractor of the liberated soul. He's the one that attracts the liberated soul. There are many examples how Krishna attracted even a great liberated soul like Sukadev Goswami and also the Kumaras. Formerly, they also Mayavadi, but he attracted them. In this connection, the following statement was given by Kumaras. How wonderful is that although we are completely liberated, free from desire and situated in the stage of Paramahansa, and still aspiring to taste the pastime of Radha and Krishna. Okay. This is a very long story. Okay, we'll study this as we go on in. Ata sadharana guna chatushke Leela madhuryam yata brihat vamane Shanti yadyapi me prajya leela tasta manohara Nahi jane smriti rase mano me kridirsham bhavit. All right. So now, number 61st one quality is, all right, the 61st, 61, okay, is the performer of wonderful activities. All right. So where it's quoting from Brihad Bhagavad Vamana Purana, it says, although I have many fascinating pastimes, whenever I think of Rasa Leela, which I perform with the gopis, I become eager to have it again. All right. He did wonderful activities, even in the form of Vamana. He's saying, you know, if I think of Rasa Leela, and when the Rasa Leela happened yesterday night, I hope you all have sang the song, Gopi Geet, right? So all these things, and meditate on the Rasa Leela. Okay, yesterday the Paurnami was a day that the actual Rasa Leela dance was danced. Right. Yatava Parishpuratu Sundaram Charitram Atra Lakshmi Pates Tata Bhuvana Nandinastat Avatara Vrindasyacha Harir Api Chamakriti Prakara Vardana Kintume Bibarti Hirdi Vishmayam Kam Api Rasa Leela Rasaha. So one devotee says it. I know about Narayana, the husband of goddess of fortune. And I also know about many other incarnations of the Lord. He said, certainly all these pastimes of such incarnation are exciting to my mind. It's very interesting. But still, the pastimes of Rasa Leela performed by the Lord Krishna himself are wonderfully increasing my transcendental pleasure. So these pastimes wonderfully increasing my transcendental pleasure. Rasa Leela is the topmost exchange of love between the gopis and Krishna, or the devotee and the Adi Purusha. Right? So we may say, I know about Krishna, yes, I know about Narayana, Narasingha avatar, all the avatar, I know, yes, fair enough. But the pastime of Rasa Leela, all right, it is the most exciting, and you'll keep increasing the transcendental pleasure. I hope that once we go to the Canto 10 of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can relish this each and every sentence, and we can relish that the pastimes of Rasa Leela. 62. Premna Prayadikam Yata Sri Dasame, quoting from 10:31-15 of Srimad Bhagavatam. All right, 10th Canto. So now it says, Atati yad bhavan ani kananam trutir yugayate tang apashyatam kutila kuntalam sri mukam chate jata udikshitang pakshme krit drisham. So now Krishna is surrounded by all loving devotees. All right. So now what happened? First 60 qualities up to here, the attractor of all liberated soul, even Lord Vishnu has it. But the last 4 character, only Krishna has it. And what? 61 is performance of wonderful activity. He performed all the wonderful activity like Rasa Leela and all these kind of things. Carrying the, what they call? Govardhan and all these kind of things. All right. The second quality, the extra quality Krishna has, Krishna is surrounded by loving devotees. When we speak about Krishna, Krishna is not alone. Krishna means, what is Krishna means? His name, his qualities, his fame, his friends, his paraphernalia, and his entourage. All of these are included. Krishna doesn't come alone. All right. So just try to reflect. When you chant Hare Krishna, there's no difference between the word Krishna and Krishna himself. So when you call upon Krishna, when the Krishna start to dance in your tongue, if you are aware enough, if you can understand, it comes with his name. The word that emanates from your tongue comes is his name, his qualities, his fame, his friends, his paraphernalia, and his entourage. All right, all these are included. When we speak of king, it is to be understood that he's surrounded by ministers, secretaries, military commanders, and many other people. Similarly, Krishna is not impersonal. In his Vrindavan Leela, especially, he is surrounded by the gopis, the cowherd boys, the father, the mother, and the inhabitants of Vrindavan. All right. So in Vrindavan, he is surrounded by gopis, Gopals, Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yasoda, and all the inhabitants. All right. In the 10th canto, 31st chapter, verse 15 in Srimad Bhagavatam, the gopis lament. The gopis was lamenting. What they say? My dear Krishna, during the daytime, when you are out in the forest of Vrindavan with your cows, we consider one moment to be 12 years. Right? When Krishna goes to the rearing the cows, so when you go to rear the cows, what happened? All the gopis will be missing him so much. Every moment seems to be like 12 years. And it is very difficult for us to pass the time. And again, when you come back at the end of the day, by seeing your beautiful face, we are so much attracted that we are unable to stop looking upon you constantly. We all also have experienced that in our life. Yes, we also have experienced that in our life. When we are newly married, all right, nowadays we don't experience much because it's a love marriage. They know the girl or boy before their marriage. But when it's a kind of matchmake, all right, when the elders in the family they matchmake this couple, they look at each other and they fall in love. It's a love at a first sight. And after they agree, when they like each other, until the marriage day comes, the girl will be always thinking about the boy, and the boy will be always thinking about the girl. And after they are married, all right, after they are married, in the morning, when the boy goes to work, goes to the farm, the wife, even though the newly married girl, even though she's at home doing the household chores, cooking, cleaning, preparing, her mind is not there. The mind will be always meditating when the husband will come back. It is not lust, it is affection. You know, they'll be just thinking. That's why sometimes they get chastised by the mother-in-law. Hey, this is what you don't know what. What happened? Why you take so much of water? As though the girl doesn't know anything. The girl knows everything. But the girl is not she's not concentrating. She's not paying attention to what she's doing because the attention is dwelling on the husband. Of course, but we all experience this in a very short period of time. First 2-3 years. After that, the tantrum starts. After that, the disaster starts, everything. Then after that, I don't need to tell you what happens. All right. So even this kind of experience, we experience in a very minute this thing. Okay. Like that, the gopis will be lamenting. Oh, when Krishna will come back. They just can't concentrate in what they do. Right? Then all these times when there's an occasional blinking of our eyelids, when Krishna come and stand in front of them, when we blink our eyes, we condemn the creator Lord Brahma as dunce, okay, as dunce, because he does not know how to make a perfect eyes. So sometimes, I don't know whether you'll have experienced that or not. Sometimes when you try to, when you see something which is so nice, right? Sometimes you think. So maybe in normal daily thing, you might not notice to that. You're not noticing. But when you want to see something beautiful, like you're watching a cinema or you are watching some fireworks, something very interesting. When you blink, then you start to realize you're blinking. So like this, the gopis will curse Brahma. He says, stupid fella, why did you create the eyelids? Oh, with due respect, I'm not saying anything, but I'm expressing what they say. Oh, foolish Brahma. We studied that in Canto 10 Srimad Bhagavatam. Why did you create the eyelids? They can't even tolerate a blink. I was thinking, how is that possible? But later, when I start to explain, when you see something beautiful, something so nice, like example, when my youngest daughter was performing in a stage, so that's when I start to realize, when I start to blink, it's like blocking a vision because you are seeing something which is so adorable. My little one was dancing on the stage. And sometimes when there's a kind of tears or whatever things that come and appear in your eyes or sometimes, so maybe at other moment you might not care less. You just don't care. But at that time that you're seeing something which is very beautiful, when the thing happened, you start to get very irritated. In the நேரத்துல கண்ணுல என்னமோ பூந்துருச்சு. இந்த நேரத்துல கண்ணுல என்னமோ அந்த பூல, that kind of dirt comes out. You start to realize. And that's when you realize your specs are dirty. Before that, your specs are dirty, you don't care. But then you realize you cannot see properly. Then you try to like clean your specs and put it back and try to see properly. So like that. We also experience in a very minute, pathetic level. Imagine the gopis are watching Krishna, the Supreme Personality, Adi Purusha, the Supreme Enjoyer. How irritated they can get. All right. So in other words, the gopis were disturbed by the blinking of their eyes. Because for the moment of their eyes were closed, they could not see Krishna. This means that gopis' love for Krishna was so great and ecstatic that they were disturbed by even a momentary absence. When they saw Krishna, they were also disturbed, and this is paradox. Yatava Brahmaratri Tatir Apyaga Shatro Sha Shanardavat Agat Tavasange Ha Shanardam Api Valla Vikanam Brahmaratri Tativat Virahe Bhut. One gopi expressing herself to Krishna says, when we meet you at night, we consider the duration of the night to be very small. The gopi was telling, when we see you at night, we feel the time quickly pass. And why speak only this one night? Even if we had a night of Brahma, right? A night of Brahma is huge, right? One round, Satyayuga, Treta, Dwapara, Kali, times by 1000, it is equal to one night. Even if you have a night of a Brahma, we would consider it at a very short time. So we get an idea of Brahma's day from the following statement in Bhagavad Gita 8.17. What it says, 8.17, Bhagavad Gita, it says, by human calculation, 1,000 yuga cycle, that means Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. These 4 yuga, consider one cycle, times by 1,000, taken together as Brahma's one day. That means 12 hours. And such is also the duration of his night. Okay. Kali Yuga itself 432,000 years. Right? Plus Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Satya Yuga. Imagine. And the gopis said that even if they could have an even duration of a night, that night, it could still not sufficient for the meeting with Krishna. It's very beautiful. Right? I can't go to that. It's very beautiful. Venu Madhuryam Yata Tatraiva. Right? It's quoting from Venu Madhurya. Venu Madhuryam, quoting Yata. That's it. Also in Canto 10, chapter 35, text 15. If you have noticed, in previous, when you talk about Vaidhi Sadhana, we are quoting from Canto 11, Vidura. No more. What is his name? Who's spoken? Who's the main character in Canto 11? What is
Uddhava.
his name? Uddhava. Yes, Uddhava. So Uddhava was because Canto 11 is more into instruction. But now Canto 10, it is more into love and exchange. So in Venu Madhuryam, Savanashastat Upadarya Suresha Shakras Sharva Parameshti Purogaha Kavaya Anata Kandara Chittaha Kashmalam Yayur Anishta Tattvaha. What is this? Krishna's attractive flute. The third quality, extra quality that Krishna has. All right. The 460 qualities is by Vishnu, but the extra 4 qualities by Vishnu. And the third quality of this is Krishna's attractive flute, Venu. In the 10th canto, 35th chapter, verse 14-15, Srimad Bhagavatam, the gopis tell Mother Yasoda. What he says? When your son plays his flute, all right? When your son plays his flute, what happened? Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Indra, although they are supposed to be the greatest learned scholar and also personalities, greatest learned scholar and personalities, they all become bewildered. Although they are very, very well, great personality, they are great personality, but by hearing the sound of Krishna's flute, they humbly bow down and become grave from studying the sound vibration. What is that incident? When Brahma was created, okay, when Brahma created, Brahma was wondering, where am I? What am I? So Krishna instructed him by the flute. They call Sabda Pramana. Sabda means sound. Instruction from the flute. All right? And he got the intelligence. Secondly, Lord Shiva. He gets so carried away until he wanted to join the Rasa Leela. And Krishna says, how can you in the male form come to my Rasa Leela? The Rasa Leela only by ladies, gopis. And he got the boon. He says, you take the form of gopi. And Lord Shiva take his form as gopi. And that's the original form of Lord Shiva, Sadasiva, Vaikuntha Siva. He took the form of gopi and he started to dance with Krishna. Krishna personally danced with him in Rasa Leela. And that gopi is called Gopi Ishvara. When you go to Vrindavan, you must visit Gopishvara. You must take the blessings of Gopishvara. My dear Gopishvara, the great personality. Lord Shiva is one of our Mahajan, Guru, the authority. Beg his mercy. And Lord Shiva is known as Ashutosh. What is Ashutosh? The one who gives whatever you ask, he gives it easily. You don't need to do a lot of hard work. Just put one bilva leaf, with some little Ganga jal and pray to Lord Shiva. Please, Lord Shiva, take it. Don't disturb me. So he is the one who gives material boon very easily. Of course, then you get stuck. But what happened when you go and ask for this kind of prema? So he joined Rasa Leela. Right? So like that. So they all get carried away by the flute. Right? It's quoting from 1.26. Yatava Vidagda Madhava. Okay? Vidagda Madhava is a book called Vidagda Madhava. It's quoting from Vidagda Madhava, chapter 1, text 26. Rundanambu Britas Chamakri Parankurvan Muhustumburang Dhyanat Antarayan Sanandana Mukhan Vishmerayan Vedasang Outsukya Valibir Balim Chatulayan Bogindram Agurnayan Bindananda Kataha Bittim Abito Babrama Vangshi Dvanihi. Re-quoted in second verse, Southern Ocean, first verse, text 214. So in the book of Vidagda Madhava, who wrote Vidagda Madhava? Srila Rupa Goswami. So he says in his book, Vidagda Madhava, Rupa Goswami have written many books. So one of the book is Vidagdha Madhava. What he says? Describe the vibration of Krishna's flute. He described the vibration of Krishna's flute. How does he know? Because he is Rupa Manjari. He personally saw Krishna playing the flute. And let's see what he says. He says, the sound vibration created by the flute of Krishna wonderfully stopped Lord Shiva from playing his Dindima drum. Dindima drum means what? Okay. Lord Shiva will be holding the drum. அது என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க தமிழ்ல? குடுகுடுத்து, right? குடுகுடுத்து. Yes or not? குடுகுடுத்து. Do you all know that? That's why in India. Yes, Prabhu. You all know?
I think it is called Udukai.
Udukai, yeah, Udukai. Okay. Udukai, yes. ஏன்னா இந்தியால வந்துட்டு they call that as a குடுகுடுத்துக்காரன், right? They'll be playing the குடு நல்ல காலம் பிறந்துருச்சு, நல்ல காலம் வந்துருச்சு, ஜக்கம்மா சொல்லிட்டா குடு people get scared and run into the house. All right? So like that. So what is Udukai? Yeah, Udukai, yeah, Mataji. Mataji, Saras Mataji, is it Udukai you say just now?
I think so, Prabhu.
Udukai. Okay, never mind. So you all, as long you know, Lord Shiva, you're holding that drum, that's something like this, that's right? Kudu, like that. So he says, even wonderfully stop Lord Shiva from playing his Dindima drum. At the same time, and the same flute has caused great sages like 4 Kumaras to become disturbed in their meditation. The 4 Kumaras, the son of Brahma, will be meditating, the flute will disturb them. It has caused Lord Brahma, who was sitting on the lotus flower of the creative function, to become astonished. Say, what is that sound? And Ananda Deva, who was calmly holding all the planets on the hood. All right? Ananda Deva. That means all the planets is on the hood. The Naga, okay, on the hood. Okay, this is another thing, part of detailed studies. We will study that in Srimad Bhagavatam. Where do all that planetary system is resting? All right, is holding on the Ananda Deva's head. Okay, the Ananda Shesha. Okay, was moving in the way that due to transcendental vibration from Krishna's flute. He started moving like that, which penetrated through the covering of his universe and reaching into the spiritual sky. Right? Okay. Now let's look at the last quality, 64th quality of Krishna. Rupa Madhuryam Tata Tritiye, Canto 3, Chapter 2, Text 12. Yanmartya Leelau Paikam Swayoga Maya Balang Darshyata Grihitang Vishmapanam Swasyacha Saubagardehe Parang Padang Bhushanangam. So Krishna's exquisite beauty. In the third canto, second chapter, verse 12, Srimad Bhagavatam. All right, where? Third canto. Now here Uddhava tells Vidura. In third canto, Uddhava and Vidura is talking. All right, why it's happened like that? Vidura is supposed to be 11. Now suddenly Uddhava is coming in the between. Okay, we'll discuss that when we go to Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavatam is not sequence. All right, okay, anyway, I'll be good at when we start Srimad Bhagavatam. Uddhava tells Vidura. Vidura is Pandava's Chitapa. Okay, Dhritarashtra's youngest brother. Okay, he says, my dear sir, Krishna's form was most wonderful when he appeared on this planet and exhibited the potency of his internal energy. So he came and performed his internal energy. And the personified of the internal energy is Radharani, Ladini Shakti. Now, his wonderfully attracted form was present during his pastime on this planet. And by his intimate internal potency, he exhibited his opulence, which are striking to everyone. His personal beauty was so great that there was no necessity for his wearing ornament on his body. He no need to wear any gold or ornament on his body because it's so beautiful. In fact, instead, the ornaments beautifying Krishna, actually Krishna beauty enhance the ornament. It is not the ornament beautify Krishna. The ornament became beautiful because Krishna is wearing it. Where it's quoted? Sri Dashame Cha, 10th canto, text 29, chapter 20, text 40. Ka striyangate kala padayata murchitena sammohitar padaving na chalit trilokyam. Trilokya saubagam idam cha niriksha rupam yat go dvija druma murgan pulakanya bibrat. Okay, regarding the attractiveness of Krishna's body, beauty, and the sound vibration of his flute. Okay, regarding that. Beauty, Krishna's bodily beauty, sound vibration of his flute. In 10 canto, 29 chapter, verse 40, Srimad Bhagavatam, the gopis address Krishna as follows. What they say? Although our attitude towards you resembles loving affair, gopis is telling, even that the way that we act to you, attitude, is just like a loving affair with a paramour. Paramour means what? Romantic feeling. Then they say, we cannot but wonder how no woman can maintain the chastity upon hearing the vibration of your flute. Right? So the gopi address, okay, this is a very interesting thing. The gopi is addressing Krishna, they say, our attitude means what? It is like, the attitude means in the mentality, in the thinking. They are like, you know, what is the word they used to use? Hallucinating. What is the word? There's one word. I forgot. You know, sometimes when you start to imagine, what flirting? Okay, anyway, I forgot the word. So the gopis is telling that we are always imagining you, fantasizing. Our attitude, whenever we think about you, we think about your embrace, we think about your kisses. It's all, we think about your romantic kind of attitude in our mind. Right? That means they're not directly involved. That means they're just imagining, fantasizing. Okay? You resemble loving affair with paramour. Paramour means more than romantic, romance, romantic feeling. Then they say, but we cannot wonder. We cannot but wonder. I'm wondering how no woman can maintain the chastity. What chastity means? I got a husband. I got a father-in-law. I got a brother. I got my children. Right? So I'm chaste to my family. But I'm wondering how this woman cannot maintain that when they hear the vibration of your flute. So not only women, but even a strong-hearted man are subject of falling down from their position with the sound of your flute. In fact, we have seen that in Vrindavan, even the cows, the deers, the birds, the trees, everyone has been enchanted by the sweet vibration of your flute and the fascinating beauty of your person. Even the ladies who are chaste will run after Krishna by giving up everything. We will study that in Srimad Bhagavatam. There will be some gopis will be breastfeeding the child. Can you imagine a mother breastfeeding the child? Drop the child and run. Some will be cooking, drop everything. Some will be the husband, drop everything. When they hear the flute, all run. You know, there's a flute, right? There's a way they say the first tune, the first hole. When you press the first hole, right? What they call the key? I think the first key is to call like cows. Example. The second key to call Srimati Radharani. The third key to call the gopis. The fourth key to call the cows, the inhabitants. So like that, Krishna has many tricks. When he play on the first key, the cows will be running. When he play on the second key, Srimati Radharani will be running to him. When he plays on the third key, all the gopis will drop everything, will run to him. So like that. So this is so fascinated. Yatava Lalita Madhavi. Now he's quoting from Lalita Madhava, chapter 8, text 34. Aparikkalita Purva Kaschamatkarakan Spurati mama Garyan Esha Madhurya Puraha. Madhurya Pura. Beautiful place. Madhurya Pura. Ayam aham apihanta. Prekshayam lubda chetaha. Sarabasam ubapuktam. Kamaye radikeva. Radikeva. Rupa Goswami in Lalita Madhava says, he said, one day Krishna happened to see the shadow of his beautiful form. He was walking, he saw his shadow. Can you imagine? Reflected on the jewel foreground. What is jewel foreground? That means the land is all full of jewel. What is that evidence? Chintamani pragarasatma sukalpa vriksha. In Brahma Samhita, Chintamani, all that ground, everything is Chintamani, jewel. It's all like a touchstone, all the touchstone jewel. You can't find sand or mud. It's all jewel. So he says he saw, all right? He saw his own form in this jewel background. All right? He saw his beautiful form. Madhurya Pura. Upon seeing this bodily reflection, when he saw his own bodily reflection, what happened? He expressed his feeling. What he says? How wonderful is that I have never seen such a beautiful form. Krishna is telling, how wonderful is that? Spurati mama Garyan Esha Madhurya Pura. How wonderful is that I have never seen such a beautiful form. Although it is my own form. Even Krishna says, even it's my own shadow. But still looks like Radharani. Radharani looks like Radharani's form. I am trying to embrace this form. Okay, Surabhas Ubhagutta Kamaye Radikeva. So I'm trying to embrace this form and then enjoy celestial bliss. Okay, Kamaye in the form of lust. I want to enjoy. This statement shows that how Krishna and his shadow reflection are one and the same. So there's no difference. Krishna and his shadow. Of course, here and me and my shadow is different. There is no difference between Krishna and his shadow reflection, nor between Krishna and his picture. There's no difference. Oh, I must have a deity in the house. No need. Even Krishna and his picture also, there's no difference. And that is the transcendental position of Krishna. Samasta vividacharya kalyana gunavarideya varidehe gunanam iha krishnasya dinmatram upadarshitam. So now the above statements describe some of the wonderful reservoir. Now is a conclusion here. So the above statement describe some of the wonderful reservoir of pleasure within Krishna. So what do you call that wonderful reservoir? Now let's look at this. What do they call this? Reservoir. Reservoir of what? Reservoir of pleasure. All right. What is that reservoir of pleasure? They call Abhirama. Abhiram. So that is the word that we are chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, wonderful. Krishna is the most attractive one. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. So the Rama that we are calling upon, we are calling the Abhirama, who has the wonderful reservoir of full pleasure. And who is in charge? Hare, Radharani. So when you look at this, it says the above statement describes some of the wonderful reservoir of pleasure within Krishna, as well as the transcendental qualities of his personality. The transcendental qualities of Krishna are compared to the ocean. It's compared to the ocean. No one can estimate the length and breadth of that ocean. But as one can understand the ocean's content, you cannot see the length and the breadth. Sometimes even in this world, right? But one can understand the ocean's content. They can understand what is in the ocean. How? By simply testing one drop of it. You take one drop of the ocean, just take one drop and put, it's salty. I see salt. When you go to the milk ocean, you see milk. There's a honey ocean. There's a sugarcane ocean. There's a ghee ocean. All the upper planetary. You know, when you look at Meru, the outer layer of this material universe, Meru is the Mount Meru is a beam. All right, it's a beam like this, and in between, all right, there's a thing, and surrounded by milk ocean, ghee ocean, sugarcane ocean, and even liquor ocean. Imagine you go to the ocean of beer, ocean of whiskey. What will happen? Anyway, we'll study that when you go to Bhagavatam. So anyway, so we can simply by tasting a drop of it. So this statement will given us some understanding of Krishna's transcendental position and qualities. I hope that you all have understood at least a little transcendental position and qualities. Yata Chasri Dashami 10.14.7 Gunatmanastepi Gunan Vimatum Hitavatirnasya Ka Ishiresya Kalena Va Vimitta Sukalpair Bu Pangshava Ke Mihika Dubasa. All right, so this is the last paragraph here. So now it says in the 10th canto, 14th chapter, verse 7, Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Brahma says, now here Lord Brahma is talking. What he says, my dear Lord, the inconceivable qualities, inconceivable means that cannot be understood, can't grasp qualities, beauties, and activities which you have revealed by your presence on this planet cannot be calculated by even any material measurement. If one even tries to imagine, Krishna can be like this, or it is like that, it is also impossible. The day may come when the material scientists, the day may come, now there's a prediction, Lord Brahma says, soon in the future, the day may come that even the material scientists, after many, many births, or many, many years, will be able to estimate the atomic constitution of the entire or the whole world. A day will come after many, many births or many, many years. They can come to that, estimate the constitution of the atom. How many atoms in this planet? Maybe they can come. Or he may be able to count the atomic fragment of the permeate the sky. Even they can count all the atomic things, all the atom cannot be seen, so tiny. How many atoms are there in the sky? Maybe they can even able to count. Or even he may be given an estimate of all the atoms within the universe. Or the word or even can come and calculate the entire universe got how many zillion atoms. He can do it. People may do. But he says, but still he will never be able to count the transcendental qualities of your reservoir of transcendental bliss. Bhupangsava ke mihika dubasha. You can never count what is your qualities of your transcendental bliss, can never be counted. That is how wonderful. And imagine, we are all studying this in English. Imagine this thing is written in Tamil. Could we understand? Definitely, they're not going to use some kind of layman Tamil. They might use some high-class Tamil. This understanding is given to all walks of life. It's translated into all the languages of the world. It doesn't matter whether you're a Chinese, you are an Indian, you are a European, you are an American, you are a Brazilian, or you are an Aborigine, you are a or even you can be a cannibal, man-eater. You can even be a Chandala, dog-eater. Every living entity, every living human being with intelligence and mercy could able to read and understand this most confidential topic. That is how glorious our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Abhaya Charanaravinda, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, without his costless mercy. Imagine we studying this topic after millions of births, and today we are somehow or other getting introduced to this confidential topic. So this is an indication that we are somehow or other on our way back home, back to Godhead. Of course, we only have 5 who turn up today. And the others who think they're going to see this in the YouTube, they might not see all this. They might take things for granted. Nothing like coming for a live classes. Right? So out of all the 60, 70 people in the group, you are the 5 most luckiest one. And if any one of you watching this on YouTube, if you have come to this level, you are also considered very fortunate to understand the last 4 qualities of Sri Krishna. All right. So please don't miss any live classes, or even if you miss, please do not miss to watch the recording. We are trying to go as slow as we can. We are going to detailed studies. So you should always pay attention to every word spoken and reflect in your own life and try to understand the application part of this knowledge. All right. With this, we end our 22nd chapter on all the qualities, all the 64 qualities of Sri Krishna. So starting from tomorrow, Friday, we're going to start our new topic, Krishna's personality. First, we understand the 64 qualities. Now we're going to study about Krishna's personality. It's going to be a very short distinct, right? So it is not much, but of course, the details are distinct. How many pages? 23rd quality is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, how come so long? 6. All right, 6 topics, 6 pages, right? Then after that, we're also going to talk on 24 further traits of Sri Krishna. Okay, the further qualities. Okay, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Then after that, we're going to speak on devotees of Krishna. Okay. Te sadhakascha siddhascha dvida parikrita. The devotees of Krishna can be classified in 2 groups. Those who are cultivating devotional service and in order to enter into the transcendental kingdom, or those who are already in the perfectional stage of devotional service. Very interesting, right? So like that. 26, stimulation. Okay, we are still on a first wave. And imagine how many waves are available here. So these are 4, 5, right? 5 waves. Yes. The second part is got 5. Right? 5 waves. This end the Bhakti Summary Study, second division. All right, second division of this thing is on which chapter? Chapter 34. All right, chapter 34. So today, so we have another 10 more chapters to complete this chapter. This is going to be very interesting, right? Symptoms of continuous ecstasy. Going to be very interesting. So (31). I think these 10 chapters will take at least 2 weeks to expression of love for Krishna. We're still at the first wave. This chapter got 5 waves. The following chapter got 7, and the last chapter got many waves. Wow, so long. 28. It's going to be very interesting. Rasa Leela. Stimulation of ecstatic love. Wow. Okay. All right. 25. So today we finished 24, 23, right? All right. Okay. So, no, qualities of Krishna. Okay, we're going to start 23. Okay, Krishna's personality. Okay, please mark your book. (23) Krishna's personality. When you look at the book, it's only what, 2-3 pages. Only 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like so small, but of course since we are going into a detailed studies. Wow, I think after this, I hope after we complete our entire Nectar of Devotion, that every one of us will be in great ecstasy. Haribol. Okay. Any questions? Any comment? Total 51 chapters, right? The last one is 51. So now we are only in 23. My God. Hope that we can finish by end of February. Okay. Any questions? Any comment? Okay. All right. There's no questions. All right. So tomorrow is Friday. So we meet at the same time, 9:15 in the morning. But there's one thing I want to say. Tomorrow is actually a public holiday in Perak because our Sultan's birthday. All right, Sultan's birthday. So it's a public holiday in Perak. If it's possible, if it's can grasp, maybe we can start at 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe until 12 noon. 9, 10, 11, 12, or 12 to 6. So 3.5 hours of session. Of course, in between every 1 hour, we take a break. So if it's okay with all of you, we can have a long session tomorrow because it's a public holiday. Then after that afternoon, I have to go for my Bhakti Sastri exam. Then Saturday, we don't have a class because Saturday night is a Telo Intan Radha Yatra. Right, Telo Intan Radha Yatra. Then Sunday, we don't have a session in Ipoh because Radha Yatra, the class is Sunday program is cancelled. If possible, we can, even if any of you are not going to any centers around, we can have a morning and evening program. Sunday morning and Sunday evening. Maybe we try to speed up to complete this Nectar of Devotion because the Bhagavatam we have planned on March. Okay, it's a very auspicious day. I think March 15 or March 26, something. So it's a good day to start. All right. Of course, and it's going to be a very long journey. Okay, anyway, I'll leave it to you. Any questions, Prabhu? Vaishnav Prabhu, Gandhi Mataji, Taras Mataji, Tachaini Mataji, Nanda Mataji? All okay? Okay, when there's no question, please do me a favor. Please post what is your testimony, how you find the class today. Yesterday, only one person posted. So I hope that you just can make a small thing, because whatever things that you post, you're going to attract people to read. Hey, what is it? Why these people are saying so good about it? Maybe they just want to come and they just want to at least have a look. So you're going to benefit them, right? Please share your takeaway. How wonderful. Just say, oh, the class was wonderful. No. Just express your feeling. Just have little expression, because devotional service is expression, right? It's not monotonous. It's dynamic, right? So till then, have a nice day. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripa sindhu bevacha paditaram pavinebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.